So Abu Sufyan is taunting Banu Abdullah and telling them, if you know you're going to run away like you did in Badr, just give us our flag. I'll find some other tribes to give them flag. And they were so upset. They said, oh, please, this time we are going to keep this flag, and we're going to keep the flag up, even if each and everyone's will die because of this flag. Allahu Akbar. So, and at that point, the war break, and the Muslims were assaulting the Quraysh. The Muslims were winning the battles. They were killing them left and right. And the three main fighters from the Muslim side that completely decimate or killing many people from the Quraysh side were Hamza, the uncle of Prophet ﷺ, and Ali ibn Abi Talib, the cousin of Prophet ﷺ, and Abu Dujana, the one that took the sword from Prophet ﷺ. Those three were the main people who pretty much did a lot of damage. So, but Hamza killed many people. Why? Because Hamza, he always go for the one who hold the flag from Banu Abu Abdullah. And there are 10 of them. If one is killed, the other one will comes and hold the flag again. And Hamza would kill that person. Another Banu Abdullah would comes and hold the flag again. So till 10 of them all got killed, just like that, from the Quraysh side. 10 of Banu Abdullah got killed holding the flag. Because in war, the one who bear the flag, the one who hold the flag, if the flag fall down, it is as if the army fall down. So because of that, the one who's holding the flag is always the target. So, and because of that, 10 of them all got killed one after another. And then at some point, uh, till there's no one left in Banu Abdullah, and the flag was laying in the ground. One of their slave, Banu Abdullah, one of their slave came and pick up the flag. And this slave man, he fought some furious battle too. He even was much better than even some of the Banu Abdullah. You know, so he fought and fought, but Muslim at some point, killed the slave also. So the Quraysh start spreading. They start running toward the mountain, toward different places and stuff like that. And the Muslims were extremely happy. So they think, yeah, this is a done deal. We already won the war, and they're running away, and they're leaving their camels, they're leaving their belongings. So all this would be a booty for the battles. This all would be the spoil of the war, you know. So they start running and pick up, this all the war booties, thinking that this is over. And then Allah Akbar, and then things start changing. Why? Why things start changing? Prophet gave advice to the archers on top of the mountain, do not leave the mountains. No matter what, do not leave it. So these archers start arguing with one another. And they said, well, I mean, Prophet told us not to leave, whether we're winning or losing. But as you all could see, the war is over. The Quraysh are running away. They're leaving their stuff behind. So we have to go and pick up some of them. Because, the Muslims on the ground are picking up this leftover. They're picking up the camels that Quraysh left behind. They're picking up all these armories and stuff like that. So we also have to go and pick up some stuff before we go empty-handed. And they start arguing. And their leader said, didn't Prophet told you specifically not to leave your position and stay on top of the mountain? Did he tell you that? And they said, yeah, Prophet told us. But as you can see, there's nothing. Why we have to stay here if the war is pretty much over? The Quraysh run away. Why we have to stay? And they start arguing and arguing and arguing. Allah Akbar. So, and it comes to a point, many of them, there are 50 of them, 38 of them went down. In some riwayah, 40 of them went down and left only 10 people on top of the mountain. Some said only 12 people stayed, but the remaining all left. That's when the tide changed. That's when the switch comes. That's when the entire water plan, I mean the battle plans fell apart. Allah Akbar. But inshallah, we're going to talk about that in other setting. We're going to give a lot of details on that, how the battle completely changed around and what happened after that, and so forth. But this is the one of the main reason, and Allah talk about that in Quran also. When they did that, and Allah mentioned that in Quran. We're going to talk about that in a lot of details. You know, but before we get there, there's a hadith that Zubair ibn Awam, he's narrating this hadith, and he said Zubair ibn Awam. I explained who was Zubair ibn Awam. He was the Prophet ﷺ cousin, and he said when Prophet ﷺ gave his sword to Abu Dujana, I asked myself why. If anything, I'm the closest to Prophet than this man. Why he would refuse his sword? I asked for the sword, but he refused, and now he's giving to Abu Dujana. So he said, I felt something in my heart. So I decided, you know what, let me just follow Abu Dujana and find out exactly why Prophet chose Abu Dujana over me. So Zubair ibn Awam is saying this hadith. So he said, I start following Abu Dujana. So every time Abu Dujana come across with anyone, he would just kill them just like that, easily. Abu Dujana never come across anyone unless he finished that person off completely. So, and he said, wow. So all of a sudden, Zubair ibn Awam saying, I became a big fan of Abu Dujana because the way he's fighting a fearsome fight. He is a warrior. He's fighting like unbelievable. No one could stand in front of this guy. He's annihilating people left and right. And then all of a sudden, I saw a man from Quraysh side, and this man also fighting so great. He's a great fighter. He's a warrior. And I started praying. I said, "Oh Allah, please make this man meet Abu Dujana." And when he finished that dua, all of a sudden Abu Dujana and this Quraysh just met. Allahu Akbar. So they start fighting and fighting and fighting. Finally, Dujana got rid of this guy. So Dujana, according to Abu Dujana now, in one of his hadiths, and Abu Dujana said that I was in the middle of the fight. I saw someone. This person is talking to Quraysh. This person is motivating the Quraysh to fight, to not run away, to not, fled, to not flee from the battlefield, to not, to stand still and fight like a man and stuff like that. This person is giving motivation speaks to the Quraysh. And I said to myself, this is Abu Dujana talking. Abu Dujana said, when I saw this person giving Quraysh a big encouragement, a big boost, I told myself, I said, you know what? I'm going to get rid of that person. And Abu Dujana said, I start following the person who was giving the speech to Quraysh. I followed that person closely, till I came across with that person. So I raised my sword. I was about to hit that person, and the person starts screaming. And guess guess who that person was? It was Hind. Hind ibn Utbah, the wife of Abu Sufyan. Allah Akbar. This woman is going to do some unbelievable things, especially in Uhud. This woman, later on, she's going to, she's going to become a Muslim. But before that, she did some outrageous things against Muslim, especially against Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We're going to talk about her, inshallah. So Hind, and Abu Dujana said, when I realized it was Hind, the wife of Abu Sufyan, I almost strike her with the sword, and she started screaming. She's screaming, and she was screaming walwala. Walwala is a way that the Arab women usually, they, when something strike them or something happen, they'll start screaming and make this, noise with their tongue. It's called al walwala. Like I don't know how to do it, but said they make this big sound. Wala, 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 wala. So the Arab women usually know how to do that. So this, she started making this big noise, big sounds, and I realized that was her. So I didn't kill her anymore. Abu Duyana said I did not kill her. Why? Because I felt ashamed to kill a woman with Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's sword. How can I kill a woman with Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's sword in my hand? So I felt haiba, meaning I felt a little shy, and I walk away. And in another narrations, women from the Quraysh were running. They were holding their skirt and fleeing, like on top of the mountain. So the Quraysh was pretty much completely out. They were completely annihilated. You know. So this is what pretty much in terms of like a first blow against the Quraysh. This is what happened. So the Muslims literally were winning the first part of the war, and they fight a fearsome fight, and the Quraysh start spreading, and the Muslim thought they win the battles, and the archers on top of the Jabal al-Rumat, because of them, everything will fall apart because of them. So that's what Allah said in Quran. وَلَقَدْ صَدَقَكُمُ اللَّهُ وَعْدَهُ إِسْتَحْسُونَهُم بِإِذْنِهِ حَتَّى إِذَا فَشِلْتُمْ وَتَنَازَعْتُمْ فِي الْأَمْرِ وَعَصَيْتُم مِّن بَعْدِ مَا أَرَاكُم ما تحبون منكم من يريد الدنيا ومنكم من يريد الآخرة ثم صرفكم عنهم ليبتليكم ولقد عفا عنكم والله ذو الفضل على المؤمنين. Surah Al Imran. See, so that's what Allah said, and Allah certainly fulfill His promise to you when you strengthen them by His permission. Meaning, at the beginning you were winning, even when you fell and quarrel over the matter. See, when the Muslim, on top of the mountain, when they start disputing, oh yeah, the war is over. Let's go and pick up the booty of the war and stuff like that. When they start disputing, see, when you fell and start disputing over the matters, and you disobey the prophet, meaning you disobey after prophet he has shown, after you disobey the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam after Allah had shown you when you had love, meaning when you see the war booties, when you see the spoil war, you love it and you forget about what Prophet told you and you start running toward this material stuff. Allahu Akbar. So among you are those who want this world. So there are among you who still heart is attached to this dunya. You want the wealthy life. You want the this type of dunya. And Allah said, and some of you who want hereafter, but some of you are only looking for hereafter. You know, so you're not at the same status. So then He returned you away from them to test you, and then this is what Allah is testing the Muslim to see who would obey Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and who would disobey, and to test them their iman and stuff like that. And Allah said He has pardoned you, even though you disobey. He has at the end He has pardoned you. He forgive you, and Allah is most gracious to the believers. So this is the first primary reason the Uhud was a disaster for Muslim, even though they were winning at the beginning. But we're going to talk about this in details in our next video, inshallah. So this is the one of the reasons. But at the beginning, we were winning the wars. The Quraysh fled away, and everything went smoothly because of Prophet plan. But the minute you disobey Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, everything would fall apart. It's just simple. Even today, when that's what Allah said, وَمَا أَتَاكُمْ رَسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُ. Whatever Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam give you, hold it. وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُ. Whatever He forbade, leave it alone. Even now, those who would follow Prophet's advice, they're the ones who are successful. And those who always go against Prophet's advice, they're the ones who are always in trouble. even in Sahaba. You see, so because of this, we always have to follow Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam Sunnah to the best of our ability. And one thing about this too, every time we are together as a Muslim, once we are together as a Muslim, no one, no one could win against us. No one. It doesn't matter how many are there. For example, the Uhud, there were 3,000 against 700 Muslim, but yet Allah helped them. In Badr, there were 300 Muslim against 1,000. Allah helped them. 315 against 1,000. Allah helped them. Why? Because they were together. If you are together, no one could break you. See, one time there was an older man. He gathered his sons and he gave them each one stick, and he asked them to break a stick. Each one just break their stick just easily. And then he took all those sticks and put it together. He took the father pick up three sticks and put it together like this. He gave it to the first son. He said, "Now break it." The first son couldn't break it. Pass it to your brother. The brother took it. He couldn't break it. Pass it to your younger brother. The younger brother took it and he could not break it. And the man said, "You see this? If you are combined, if you are together, no one, even the entire world comes against you, they could never break you." You see, this is the reason why we as a Muslim, we always clash one another. Oh yeah, those are Salafis, those are this, those are Wahhabis, those are this and that. We call each other's name. And fashilna, meaning we spread, we dispute, we go to our separate way. That's why the outsiders, those non-believers, that are non-Muslim, were able to completely disperse us, and they were able to completely to dominate and colonize us easily. Why? Because we don't even like one another. Yet we are all Muslim, but yet we criticize one another. We even think that those group are not Muslim, those group are this and that. We call each other's name. Why? Because being together is the key. Once you go to your separate way, everything else, everything else will fall apart. Same thing with the family. If one family is united, even the neighborhood would all be scared of that family. But if the family within the family are separated, the two brothers are not talking, they're always fighting, the two sisters and husband and wife, this and that, no one would take you guys seriously. And everyone would just, smears in your family. Someone would just say something, I mean, about your family, and the fight would break out. If an outsider comes in and says something to your family, or an outsider comes in and says something about your brother, don't listen to them. He is your brother after all. If anything, you ask your brother and you talk it over. You ask your sister and you talk it over. So the family has to stay in together. The Muslim community has to stay in together. And that way Allah would give us force. Allah helps would come down. In tansurullah yansurukum yusabbit aqdamakum, Allah said. If you'd help Allah, Allah would help them. Allah would help you and firm you to the ground. You see? So this is part of the wisdom, to stay together and not be separated, and most importantly, to listen to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam advice. Every time you are Muslim, every time you heard that Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said this, do your best to follow it. If he forbade something, do your best not to do that thing. If you want your Islam to be clear, to be good, if you want Allah to be satisfied with you, if you want Allah to forgive you and have mercy on you, this is the etiquette of every Muslim. Let us be united in terms of family. Let us be united in terms of Islam. Let us be united in terms of community. Because every community that are united, they are the most powerful one. But every community that are disunited, even if you are billions of people, you have no power whatsoever. So we pray that Allah would make us, the Ummah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, united, and help this Islam rise as Prophet ﷺ left it, and let us, Allah, make us among those who would help this Islam, to the fullest. So that way Islam could be spreading, to the farthest horizon of the world, and people could embrace Islam and value Islam to its true value, inshallah. So, inshallah, we're going to stop right here because of the time. Our next video, we're going to be talking about the change of tide, how things fall apart. I already touched it, but we're just going to go on details, more details, inshallah, and what happened to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and after things fall apart, and and things like that, inshallah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم لسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.